Good morning. If you're watching this as a replay, go ahead and skip ahead a couple of minutes. We'll get started shortly. Good morning. Come in, come in. Happy Monday. Good morning, good morning. We'll get started in just a minute. Excuse me. Good morning, everybody. Whoops, let me move this just a little bit this way. There we go. Come in, come in. Get comfy. How was everybody's weekend and how was everybody's week? Was it good? Any experiences connected to our reading? I definitely had some. It was interesting, but it was great. Good. Come in, come in. Can you believe that June is already halfway over? It's crazy. It's going by so fast. Crazy weather? Yeah. Good morning. June is just zipping by, but you know what? That's what happens when you're vibrating at a high frequency. Life goes fast. Exactly. That's exactly what I was fixing to say, Cheryl. Time flies when you're having fun. That's exactly what I was going to say. Because think about when you're having fun. When you're having fun, your vibration is very high. So time is just zipping by. So yeah, that's why whenever you're like, you're not in a good mood or you're just kind of like down in the dumps or whatever, it seems like time just drags on because that's the vibration and frequency slowing down. So anywho, let's get started. Welcome to your weekly Tarotscope. If you're new here, I'm glad you're here. This is where we look at each day of the week to find out what is coming up for us. It's similar to your horoscope, but we're looking at each day, okay? Instead of like the whole month or just the week. So what we're going to do first is we're going to balance our heart chakra. Then we're going to get our fairy blessing. Then we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to use the Divination book to get an overall card, and then we'll use the tarot. Okay, and then as usual, I will use oracle cards to clarify what the tarot is saying, and we'll talk about it. Feel free to ask questions. This is a collective reading, as you can see on TikTok. I know YouTube, you can't see that, sorry. But this is a collective reading. But if you have questions about tarot, numerology, spirituality, life and relationships, all of that stuff, feel free to ask. I'm happy to answer. If I don't have the answer, I'll tell you, okay? All right, so what you want to do right now is we're going to listen to the bowl sing. The bowl is attuned to the frequency of the heart chakra. All you're going to do is just relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, everything, and just breathe deep and listen to the bowl sing, okay? Because it's going to help you to align your heart chakra. And as you're breathing in, pick up all the heaviness, and as you're breathing out, let it all go, okay? Here we go. Nice deep breaths. Good. Now let's all collectively take one super deep breath in. Pick up all the heaviness, all the fear, all the anxiety. Now blow it out quickly. And just let it go. Okay? Feels good, huh? All right, let's set that to the side. How'd that feel? Let's get our fairy blessing now. Let's see, what is our fairy blessing for this week? What is our fairy blessing for this week? Good morning. Good. I'm glad it felt good. All right. What is our fairy blessing? Ooh, a blessing of glamour. Look at that. I like that. It kind of goes with my outfit. Maybe that's why I chose red. But I'm going to read this to you because it's a great card. Okay. This is your overall theme for the week. Okay. Now it's number 20. 2 is a feminine number, right? 2 is receptive energy. It is that balanced energy, right? So whenever things are balanced, we see them as beautiful. So here's your blessing for the week. The fairy gift of drawing on the deep well of magical shape-shifting ability that lies within you. The blessing of fairy glamour is the gift of being able to change and appear a little different than how we feel to be. For some people, this could seem a ruse or manipulation. In truth, though, it is the ability to draw deeply from within us to find that strength to become what we need to be. You are now gifted the blessing of fairy glamour, and you will find you can draw confidence from deep within you in challenging circumstances. The fairies will lend you some of their energy too, so you can feel brave with an intimidating situation, overcome nerves that might prevent you from doing something you would otherwise enjoy, find the strength to confront what must be confronted, or head to a meeting with confidence. Fairy glamour is also the ability to physically change. So to others, you may now seem a little taller, and you will have greater belief in your own presence. Now too, to know that you draw your energy up from within and have influence by showing all of what you can be. Let the mantle of the blessing of glamour now fall about you to help you feel and be powerful even when exhausted, to feel attractive despite societal conditioning and criticism, to speak your truth when you feel afraid of what the truth's reception will be. May you be invisible when you do not wish to be seen, and be seen when you wish to have presence. You now have the gift of glamour, and you can use it to call upon your own fairy blood to arise and be of assistance to you when the travails of the human world can seem a burden. Draw up the glamour from within and assert a boundary, repel a predator, create an impression, and believe in yourself once again. A blessing of the fairy glamour to you, friend. So essentially what it's saying is you're getting a blessing of confidence this week, okay? And the confidence can be in the way you look and feel about yourself, or it's just the way you envision yourself from the inside out. Does that make sense? Because when we think of people that, I guess, we put on a pedestal as, oh, they're glamorous or they're beautiful or whatever, we think of them as like confident beings. Even though we've seen a lot of people say that people think I'm beautiful, but I don't feel confident, right? We see a lot of supermodels say that, and actors and actresses, whatever. Doing what you feel. Oh, there we go. We're back, YouTube. You feeling that you can do anything. Okay, so it's not just about superficial looks. It's about really exuding who you are, who you feel you are on the inside, and letting that just shine outwardly. Okay, YouTube, can you see me now? I want to make sure. Yes, okay, good, because it froze. All right, so what we're going to do, okay, good. So we're going to use the Divination book to get an all-around message, kind of like the fairy blessing. This is going to be somewhat of a theme, okay? Because we have the blessing of glamour saying that if there's any trials and tribulations that you have to deal with this week, you will have this extra boost of energy to feel confident in handling any of these situations, okay? So let's see. The sound keeps going in and out. I'm sorry. Well, hopefully it records better than it's projecting. I don't know. Luckily, it's recording on 2 devices, so if it messes up on the replay, then I can upload this other one. So, okay, so we're going to use the Divination book. We're going to knock on it, right? This is Mystic Muses for the Modern Goddess. This is a tarot divination book, okay? I wrote this book for you. If you want to learn how to read tarot, this would be a great addition. If you don't want to learn how to read tarot, you can use this without knowing how to read tarot, okay? If you want this book, it's on Amazon. And it's linked in my bio on TikTok and YouTube. It's linked in the description and in my bio, okay? So we're gonna knock on it just like we would a tarot deck, okay? We're cleansing off all the stagnant energy from the past use. Then we're gonna connect to it with our palm chakras, and then we're gonna slow our energy down, focus our energy on the book, and you can focus on the book as I'm doing this, okay? And we're gonna ask the book, what is our overall energy for this week? Relax, and let's see, what is our overall energy for this week? Oh, we got the Hierophant. Okay, not bad. I like that. Okay, so when we're thinking of this as the overall energy, this book is meant for you to pull a card on a day-to-day basis, but we're going to look at it as an overall energy, right? So here it says, you drew the Hierophant. You may have someone approach you for advice or insight into a spiritual matter, or you may seek advice or knowledge yourself. The energy also supports checking in with your core values and where they come from. That's a big thing, okay? Your core values. That is something that if you are not steadfast in your core values, if you don't act upon them, then you're going to continuously go through these toxic cycles. You're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel lost. And then everybody's going to take advantage of you, okay? I'm someone that I have very strong core values, moral values, okay? Whenever I see somebody who is not aligning with that, I'm done. You know, because I can't make them have values. You can't make somebody do something. You can't make somebody be a good person, right? So when I realize that they are going against my core values, then I'm done. I just separate myself from them, okay? And you can do the same. Let's see. The energy also supports checking in with your core values and where they come from. Are they yours, or were they programmed by religious beliefs or leaders in childhood? Do they still align with you? How do these core values support and shape your life? Maybe you're seeking more education. What are you seeking to know more about? If you want to enhance your knowledge, today or this week is a great day to commit to this journey. The keys to higher knowledge are always available. You just have to ask. And if you're wondering if you should commit to a new job, relationship, or educational journey, the energy supports you, okay? So I'm going to leave that open right there so I can refer back to it. But does that make sense? So this week, as you're going throughout your week, we're going to pick the tarot in just a second, but the overall theme is like you want to be committed to your own spiritual journey, to finding what aligns with you, right? We have this blessing of glamour. So what does that mean to you? What does it mean to feel glamorous, to feel confident, to be brave, and to live in your truth with solidarity, right? Okay. And if you need help and guidance, it's telling you to go ask for it, go find it where you feel it's aligned. All right. So let's choose our tarot deck. Deck 1, we have the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. In deck 2, we have the Wizard's Tarot. Vote only once in the comments, please, and let me know which one you'd rather me use. We're gonna count them up and see who wins in the majority. So deck 1, Edgar Allan Poe. Deck 2, Wizard's Tarot. Oh, y'all are really gonna make us count today. YouTube, help me keep count in the comments, and TikTok, please do the same, because yeah, y'all are dividing it up. 1 or 2. We haven't used this one in a while, but they're both great decks. 1 or 2. It looks like 2s have it on TikTok so far, but 4 for 1 and 2 for 2 on YouTube, okay. Who's winning on TikTok, you guys? Let me know so I can figure out which one. All right, so we have 5 1s and 2 2s on YouTube. What do we have on TikTok? 12 twos and 5 ones. Okay, sorry YouTube. TikTok got it. I was gonna add them all together, but even so, it doesn't outweigh. All right, so Wizards Tarot it is. All right, let's see. Thank y'all for your help. I appreciate it on YouTube and TikTok. I tried to do the poll thing a while back and it just doesn't work. I don't know how to do it properly. All right, let's see what is coming up for us this week. We're going to look at each day, Monday through Sunday, okay? We're going to talk about how this can influence your week, your month, your year, all of that, okay? And the reason why we're pulling these cards is so you understand what could potentially happen and navigate around it. Remember how I said on Friday we had the Three of Pentacles in reverse, where plans were changed or plans could get kind of screwed up? And remember how I said my best friend's birthday party was on Friday? Well, we had to adapt and overcome when it came to certain plans. And I kept thinking about, we drew the Three of Pentacles and I was like, this is so fitting because knowing that it could happen ahead of time helped me not to get irritated or flustered, right? That's why we do tarot. That's why we do divination. So you can see beyond the veil. You can see into the future to see what the potential is. So you're prepared and you're ready, right? You can handle it from your highest good. And that way you don't just like turn and run the other way. So yeah. How was the birthday overall? It was great. And see, one of the problems was they wouldn't accept reservations, which is new, I guess, for this place. And I was like, are you serious? It was dumb. So it wound up working out because they wouldn't let us set a reservation. Then he had to get on the waiting list. Then they tried to sit us in the wrong part of the restaurant. And I was like, what? Because the band was playing and I knew the band. They're friends of mine. I've subbed in with them many times. And so that's what we were going there to see. So there's like two sections of the restaurant. One is over where the band is and the other is, you know, just the restaurant. So they were trying to sit us over there. We're like, no, we specifically asked to be in front of the stage, right? So we can see and we can interact. And they were like, oh, and it was just like a cluster. And, so a friend of mine and I walked up to the stage to go say hi to our friends and the band, and we saw 3 tables right there. And we're like, hey, we can use these. And the host or hostess came over like, yeah, y'all can have these tables. And it worked out. So yeah. All right. What is coming up for us this week? What is coming up for us this week? What do we need to know each day, Monday through Sunday? All right, today we got the star. Yes, I did sing. They did pull me up for one song. Today we got the star. This is a great energy today, okay? The star is about wish fulfillment. This is about you being the star. I mean, talk about the blessing of glamour, okay? Excuse me. I know it's only Monday. However, no matter what you're doing, it's like you seeing yourself as the star of your journey, not in an egotistical, narcissistic type of way, but it's you valuing yourself and realizing that, you know what, whatever it is that you want to experience, you can, if it's all for your highest good, right? This is an energy of being connected. This is a major arcana. This is a major chapter, right? So today's energy is a big energy, and it's about, you know, really seeing things. This is ruled by Aquarius. Aquarius is like the collective, okay? So when we're seeing the star happen today, it's about taking a step back and looking at the collective, seeing how you influence the collective. I know a lot of people are like, they have a bad taste in the mouth over influencers, which I'm not a fan of it either. However, you know me, I always tell you that you are an influencer. You're always influencing somebody in your life, and others are influencing you. They don't have to be on social media. They can be friends, they can be coworkers, they can be somebody off the street that is influencing you in one way or the other, right? So with the stars showing up today, it's telling you to really take some time to be vulnerable with yourself, to really go in and see how, number one, the collective has influenced you, but how are you influencing the collective? Are you allowing yourself to be your true authentic self and putting that positive ripple out? Okay? There might be something that happens today where you're like, holy crap, I've been waiting on this, or I've been hoping for this to happen. Okay? And if you've been feeling hopeless or just kind of disconnected, you're more than likely going to feel more connected today. Okay? Already feeling the reading? Good. Had major breakthrough. Good. Good for you, Marlo. I'm very happy for you. Okay, so let's look at tomorrow's energy. Tomorrow we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, nice. The Seven of Wands, I'm glad it's direct, okay? Because when the Seven of Wands is coming up, it's talking about there might be something unexpected that happens tomorrow, or you might feel like you just have so much going on tomorrow, but you have the energy and the wherewithal to overcome everything, to get everything done, to overcome any obstacles. If somebody kind of like throws a curveball at you, you're like, you know, got it. So this is a really good energy. It's a minor arcana. So it's like little everyday tasks. You might be feeling overwhelmed. For example, tomorrow, see, I'm getting ready to go out of town this weekend. We're having our little family beach trip this weekend. And tomorrow is also my oldest son's birthday. So I'm like, I got to get this done. I got to do this. I got to do Quantum Master Academy class. I got to make sure I'm packing. I'm blah, 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 right? So this is a good indicator that I have all these things that I feel I need to get done, but I'll be able to get them done, okay? Anything that is unexpected that pops up, I'll be able to handle it. So the same goes for you, okay? So there we go. All right, Wednesday. We have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, interesting how we have the star, number 17. Then we've drawn the Seven of Wands, and now we have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so when the Seven of Pentacles is showing up as a representation of a day, right, the theme of the day, this is telling you there might be something that didn't turn out like you thought it was going to, or you wanted it to, but it's like, don't worry, okay? It's kind of like, take a step back, look at everything, reorganize, replan, whatever it is you need to do, and then you can move forward, okay? It can also indicate that maybe there's a feeling of, you know, sometimes we just get those crappy feelings that like we get down in the dumps and we start seeing everybody else being successful or everybody getting what they want, and we kind of think the whole grass is greener on the other side. And this is telling you, no, 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 no. You just might need to weed your garden, okay? If you literally need to do that, Wednesday is a great day for you to do that. To get out into nature and, you know, get rid of all the weeds and all that stuff. So it's just, you know, take it easy on Wednesday. Don't get frustrated if you can avoid it, and just know that, you know, if it's a no, then it's just redirection, right? And that's okay. Things don't always work out the way we want them to. They work out the way they need to. Okay? All right, let's look at Thursday. Thursday, we have the King of Cups in reverse. Okay, so I don't know. This might be weather related for some people. I don't know why I just had that thought or that feeling that, yeah, there's might be something weather related. So this is telling you to make sure, especially on Wednesday, if you know it's coming on Thursday, make sure on Wednesday that you're preparing yourself. You're, you know, getting everything inside, making sure you have candles or whatever, if your electricity goes out, something like that, okay, if you're expecting bad weather. Also on Thursday, you know, when the King of Cups is in reverse, there could be somebody that you're dealing with that has a substance issue, and they might be coming to you, or you live with them, or there's something here where there's a masculine energy that is just, it's overwhelming. That's what I feel like, this wave of overwhelm, okay? So just be aware that a boundary needs to be set here. For everybody else, there could be an energy of not being to act on something that you feel drawn to, or you're hesitating to act on something that your intuition is leading you to, okay? So just be aware of your emotions on Thursday, and just know that if somebody else is like out of sorts, then just take a step back, breathe, collect your energy. Remember, we have the blessing of glamour. This is your blessing of confidence and power, right? So if you need to handle this situation, you set a boundary, say what you need to say, whatever it is, you just stay in your power, okay? Don't let somebody ever take you out of it. All right, let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the Four of Wands. Nice, much better energy, okay? So the Four of Wands is a celebration. It could be a party. It could be you're going out to a restaurant or you're having people over. This is a really good, sturdy energy, okay? It's a cause for celebration. You might have somebody come visit you, or you might be going to visit somebody else. Again, you might be like going to a celebration, a party, something like that. And this is really good energy. You might be, I mean, look at this card. You might be even like getting a call or a FaceTime or a Zoom with somebody that you haven't seen in a while, because it's kind of like family reunion type of energy. Like, I haven't seen you in forever. And yeah, really good energy here. Okay. I like that. Let's look at Saturday. Saturday, we have the Fool. Okay. Not a bad week so far. I mean, we have a couple of upside down cards, but they're minor arcana, okay? Nothing we can't handle. So here we have the Fool on Saturday. This is about taking a leap of faith in some sort. Whatever capacity that, you know, that comes up. And it's not like just like a stupid leap of faith of like where you're just like, let me just jump into something without knowing anything about it. This is more so you're aligned with something. You can meet somebody new and kind of like, you know, you shoot your shot. You're like, hey, I like you. Can I get to know you type of thing? Or somebody approaches you. It could be you are presented with an opportunity to take a new path. And again, major arcana, a chapter. So there's a chapter here Monday, and there's a chapter here on Saturday. So big themes happening 2 days so far this week, okay? These chapters are pivotal moments in your life, okay? So there could be some experiences where today, like I said, there might be some sort of wish fulfillment happening today, or something where you're like, holy cow, I've been wishing and hoping for this to happen, okay? Molly posted something in the tribe earlier this morning about, you know, take a step back and look at your life today, because not too long ago, you were praying for these things, right? You were trying to manifest these things in your life. So give gratitude. And that's what the star can represent as well. It's like, you know what? We're pouring into every cup, you know, our spiritual self, our human self. We're giving gratitude. We are just aligning and acknowledging the universe. Okay. Saturday here, again, we have the Fool. It's like taking a leap. It's excitement. It's adventure. It's thrill. Okay. So there's very much a possibility of some sort of like pivot that is possible on Saturday for you. Because again, major arcana, it's decisions that are made on these days are more than likely going to be life-changing. Okay, so let's look at Sunday. Sunday, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Man, what's up with these kings? Okay. So when the King of Pentacles is in reverse, this is telling you to watch your spending. Okay, there might be an issue with a person where they're acting like they need your help. They don't really need your help. I don't know how else to describe that. It's somebody that is perfectly capable of helping themselves. Okay, and so you need to let them help themselves, because if you continually give to this person, then they will never learn. Okay, the King of Pentacles is also somebody who, again, watch your spending, but also somebody who really gravitates towards self-fulfillment more than, like, you know, the masculine energies, they love to provide, they love to show how they can do things, right? This one is like, no, me. I just want you to give to me, right? So when we have Venus in reverse, it's not outwardly loving, it's it is loving the self in a egotistical type of way, or it is putting more weight on, you know, like designer things and this and that, finding value outwardly instead of inwardly, okay? So just be aware, like, don't, again, Watch your spending. Don't give out money that you can't lose. Be aware of people that are really more focused on just collecting things and status and all of that when they're truly not very pretty on the inside. Okay? So you can turn that energy direct. If we see this energy as not just another person you're dealing with, but maybe an energy that you're dealing with internally, when we see the king, kings are action takers, okay? They're similar to the knights, right? They see it and they claim it. They want it. They take action, okay? So when we have the blessing of glamour, excuse me, but we have the King of Pentacles in reverse and we have the King of Cups in reverse, this could be that you're looking too much outward at things to define who you are, how you feel about yourself, and you're just looking for everybody else to validate that, okay? Instead of you doing the thing, instead of you taking control of your emotions, instead of you taking control of your body and your finances and your physical world. Does that make sense? So it could be either way. Yeah, an opportunist, 100%. I have I have a parent exchange that day. He's trying to sweet talk me lately. Uh-oh. Good for you, Elizabeth. Yeah, girl, you don't need to do anything that is not aligned for you. Yeah. Because we have the Hierophant. Don't forget, we have the Hierophant as the overall theme plus the blessing of glamour magic. So the Hierophant is telling you, where do your morals lie, right? Where can you set the boundary? What are you learning this week? We have 2 major arcana showing up. So you have some big themes that are like life-changing, right? We have these other things that we can handle, but what are you wanting to do? Where does this sovereignty lie? Where do your morals lie? And how could somebody be potentially like trying to get you to go against them? Or you see somebody that goes against that moral compass and you're like, I don't like being around you. And you can walk away from them. Don't be afraid to do that. I do it all the time because I don't have the time for that. I am almost 44 years old. I don't have the time to deal with somebody who lacks morals, who, can't tell the truth, who, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I don't have time. So if you want to be that way, you go over there, right? And you could be the same way, but you have to get rid of fear. Too many people are like, well, what if they this and this and that? What if they this and that? So who cares? What if they get mad? Oh, well. Can you ask me something about tarot? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Y'all can ask questions about tarot, numerology, spirituality, all that stuff. Yeah. You finally get to watch me live? Yay, good. I always tell myself, I'm way too grown to be doing shit I don't want to do. Exactly, Michelle. Exactly. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? I'm just not interested. Like, I'm not interested in playing games. I'm not interested in high school BS. And it might seem cold, but oh well. Don't lie. Have morals, and I'll be happy to be friends with you or work with you or whatever. All right, let's see. And there might be some sort of, on, let's see, Thursday, there might be some sort of intuitive hit or psychic hit that you get that if you don't take action on it, then it could create like frustration, or you might miss an opportunity. There's something here where it's like your intuition or your psychic ability is telling you this, but your consciousness or your ego is telling you the opposite, okay? And you have to decide, what am I going to follow? Am I going to follow what I'm just looking at outwardly, or am I going to follow what I know, okay? Yeah, not my monkey, not my circus. Golly, my brain works way too fast for my mouth, as you can tell. But the fact that we started off with the star and then we have 2 sevens showing up, I do feel like this is the beginning point of, like, today marks the type of energy of how your week is going to turn out. It's very spiritually connected this week. Okay, I don't know where all the planets are. You can go look for yourself, but there might be some sort of planetary alignment that is connected to our spirituality, right? Or something moving into Pisces or whatever. But there's a lot of spiritual energy, feminine energy happening here, okay? And I feel like on Saturday, it's like this opportunity or this new path opens up, but you're kind of like, this isn't my first rodeo. So this time I know what I'm doing. That's what it felt like when I was just looking at it. Okay, so we have a woman holding a coin, which is interesting because here we have the King of Pentacles in reverse. Let's see what she wants to tell us. She's number 42. So there's that 2 again, the feminine energy. And 4 is looking at what is. It's being logical. So let's see what she wants to say to us about this week. This card reversed could indicate that you're feeling unsure or fearful about finances or some health issue. It could also reveal a lack of value for yourself and your own life. Uh-oh. We don't do that here. Pointing to someone else, when this card comes in reversed, it shows a woman who may be reducing your own money or simply may not have your best interests in mind regarding your financial affairs. It could also be someone who devalues or criticizes you or causes you to doubt your own value. It could even be that the harmful energies of a woman from the past are still influencing you today. Be aware that you don't have to let anyone else's negative vibration influence you at any time. Release any toxic connection and know that you are free to define and value yourself no matter what. You know, it's almost like the cards know what we're talking about, right? The cards always know. So we were talking about valuing yourself, having confidence, your moral compass, leaving people where they are when you find out that they don't really have the moral alignment that you do, or their words and actions aren't aligning and that kind of stuff, right? We see it all the time, but we put up with it. Why? Because we're afraid of any backlash. We're afraid of what other people are going to think or say, or we've spent so much time, you know, being around them. And it's like, no. Why spend one more second in a situation that is toxic? Let it go. Let it go. I know some of y'all are not all fire signs like I am. It's easier said than done. I get it. But let me tell you, once you start setting boundaries and just kind of separating yourself from people or situations that are not part of that moral compass or your core values, you will start to feel more empowerment. You'll have more peace, okay? Maybe you thought it's compassion. That is very true, Michelle, because a lot of people think that allowing these people to stick around is compassionate, but in reality, you are enabling. So yeah. Yeah, just cut them off. We don't have time. Let's see. When a tarot reader does it while there is also television on, is it real? I wouldn't get a reading from somebody who has the TV on, who has distractions going around like dogs or kids or whatever going on, like music blaring. I would never get a reading from somebody that's doing that. So yeah, that's my advice. That's my opinion. Now you do what you choose, but tarot is divination. Tarot requires us to be in a calm, cool, collected state so we can pick up the little intricacies of our intuition, our psychic ability, what the cards are telling us, and all of that. So yeah, somebody's like just chaos, I would never get a reading from them. I had to walk away from all my family this year, and they live within blocks of me. Oh man, that's hard, Dawn. I get it. There's certain family that I don't speak to either. Just, I mean, it doesn't matter. Even if they're family, they're still toxic people. So yeah. I got a tarot reading from that reader. She did it while there is television. Oh yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, then yeah, I wouldn't get a reading from them again. Why do they put loud music and go so fast? Because it's just, for them, it's all for show. Because if they're doing like magic tricks by like making the cards fly out and they have all this chaos and everything, they are feeding into the chaotic energy that people are used to. And so they're attracting low vibrational chaotic people and feeding off of them, like getting their money, getting their energy, all of that, right? But if you require things to be aligned, you're setting the stage, and you're showing that you not only respect yourself, but you respect the person that you're reading, and you take time with them. Most people are just wanting to get you in and out because it's a numbers game. So yeah. All right, let's see. All right, we have Metamorphosis in reverse. So we had 42, now we have 25. So that 2 keeps showing up, right? So let's read and see what we need to know about Metamorphosis in reverse. Number 25 is 7, and we have 7 showing up a lot. There are times of chaos and darkness that occur, much like the growing pains experienced by the caterpillar who is in the process of becoming a butterfly. There is tendency to expect the worst when the first signs of difficulty arise. When something is taken away or unwanted circumstances come to challenge you to let go of old ideas about how life is supposed to be. You are not a victim. Rather, you're experiencing the temporary discomfort we must all go through before beauty is revealed. Isn't that interesting? Because we have a lot about this feminine energy, right? We have the blessing of glamour, we have the woman holding a coin, and we have Metamorphosis in reverse. So I feel like with these 2 cards coming up is about lacking confidence, okay? And this one is telling you, you have the support of confidence this week. So if you feel like you're stuck in a situation, or you come upon a situation to where you're not so sure that you can handle it, ask the universe for that help and support. You can embody confidence even though you don't always feel it. See what I'm saying? Like actors, they act like somebody else. They are embodying that energy. So if you have somebody that you admire that is confident, that is brave, whatever it is, you can see that energy, you can see that confidence and that braveness and whatever it is that they embody, and you can embody them. You can kind of pretend like you're them to get that confident boost to handle the situation that you need help handling. Am I making sense? If not, please feel free to ask questions. If I get a reading, do I have to describe the whole story before I ask the question? No. There's a psychic on here who has, I don't know how many millions of followers, right? And people are like blowing the whistle on her because whenever you book with her, you have to tell her who you want to connect with. And you have to tell them their name and all that stuff. And everybody's like, a real psychic doesn't need that information. You go to a session and you see who comes through, right? But no, she's getting all the information ahead of time. And I have always had red flags about this woman. And I think she is a user. I think she is manipulative. Whenever people in the spotlight lose a loved one, or if they pass away, she's immediately on it with her little spirit box and all this other crap, saying she's contacting them. I mean, she is just a user, and I'm like, oh, it's so disgusting. There's so many tarot readers asked to tell the whole story, so I don't know. Here's the thing about that. With tarot, you can tell the story, right, if you want to, but you don't have to. So you do need to ask the deck a question, okay? So like if you're having a session with me, if you're getting a reading from me, I need to know what question you want to ask the tarot, okay? And it could be, you know what, let me just see what the cards want to tell me, what I need to know right now. So I'll ask the deck, okay, what does so-and-so need to know right here, right now. And I'll lay the spread and we'll see what message comes through for you. However, if you have a specific question or like an area of your life that you want to know about, then yeah, you want to ask the tarot the question. Do I need your whole life story before we start? Absolutely not. Okay. If you want to tell me something, fine, but I don't need that. Sometimes it's better without it, because then my brain is not clogged up with all that information, and I can just look at the cards and tell you exactly what's coming up. So yeah. Thank you, Lisa. She said Erica's readings are accurate and informative. Yeah, Johnny Depp for sure. When he takes on his roles, he becomes the character. And like Jim Carrey. All right, let's see what else we need to know. Ooh, emerging dawn. Trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. Enjoy the journey. Embrace each moment fully, staying open to new experiences and lessons along the way. So I think that's really key to what we're talking about here, because we have the Hierophant showing up as the overall kind of like teaching element this week, and then we have the Fool showing up, we have the Star showing up, three major arcana. Okay, so this week is going to be transformational for you if you allow it to be. Okay, if you choose to stay where you are, that is your decision. Okay, the universe is going to respect that. But if you start making these pivots and opening yourself up to opportunities, whether it's going to be career, love, health, whatever, it's different for everybody, right? This will be a transformative decision for your life. Okay, as long as it's something ruined the legacy of tarot, because it's just a bastardization of the art, because they didn't take time to learn it. They don't respect it and honor it, and that's why they can't read it without you telling them the whole story. So yeah. Hello from the United Kingdom. Welcome in. That's where my mentor's from. I had a tarot reader turn all cards upright. Oh, I've seen them do that too. Like they'll come out in reverse and they'll flip them, and I'm like, what are you doing? You just manipulated the message. So yeah, it's very odd. Oops, don't turn them, Erica, don't turn them. I already accidentally mixed up this deck to where it's direct and reverse, and you don't read reversals in this deck. I was too busy talking and mixed them up. So if you see me turn this one, that's on purpose. All right, what else do we need to know this week? There's a lot about, really, you guys, there's a lot of this week about what is it that you value? You know, what do you really value? Oh, look at that. See, I turned this one because, again, this one is only meant to read direct. But look, we have delight. That reminds me of the Four of Wands right here, right? It's a getting together. But I'm going to read this to you. It's number 14. And if you're new to card reading, I always tell people this: you can absolutely read out of the book if you're reading Oracle, because Oracle has some great messages for you. And it's just like the message is the message. Tarot, you do need to memorize. You do need to understand how to read them, because it's so intricate. And when you have certain cards laying together, it makes a whole sentence, and it can change things, whether they're direct or reverse and all this other stuff. So you do need to memorize tarot, but Oracle, you can read from the book because they have great messages. So here we have delight. Clap your hands with joy and let your inner child play. Be silly or play hooky and take a day off. Uh-oh. I'm doing that. This isn't the time to buckle down and get to work. This is when you should be madcap and spontaneous. Have fun. Your soul wants you to know. Your spirit guardians are delighted when you're filled with childlike wonder, joy, and exuberance. When just one person experiences true delight, this joyous energy radiates outward like ripples in a pool, reaching even the farthest shores of humanity. Remember how I said you're influencing? Okay. Your pleasure can rejuvenate you and can have a powerful healing effect on others. And here's an affirmation. I delight in everything in my world, and divine joy fills me. So there you go. So yeah, like I was saying, there might be a celebration, there might be a party, might be a gathering of friends or family happening this weekend. Whatever it may be, it's like, enjoy yourself. Life is meant to be enjoyed. You're not meant to be here to suffer. Okay? No matter what society may tell you, you know, all the fear mongering and everything, you are not meant to suffer in this lifetime. You're meant to have an adventure. You're meant to explore. You're meant to experience. You're meant to just grow on a soul level. And you can't do that when you're afraid all the time. You can't do that when you're depressed, when you're stuck in a rut, when you're angry or bitter. You can't do that when you're repeating the same day over and over and over again, right? It's insanity. You're Indian. Well, welcome in. I see a party with that card. Yeah, absolutely. It's the maypole. Yes, Denise's cards are beautiful and they have a great message in the book. All right, what else do we need to know? Ooh, am I letting fear stop me? Okay. Are you experiencing a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is that you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. Okay. Today's soul action can be today or any day this week. Okay. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. Okay, so I was like, couldn't figure out what that was trying to say. So it says, you are in need of a hero, so that is who you will become. Be your own hero, right? This is why we have the Fool showing up here. The Fool takes that leap of faith, even though they can't see the entire journey, right? You will never see the entire journey. If you can see the entire journey, that means you've made it up. Your ego mind has made it up. And boy, are you in for a rude awakening. You know? So just go for it. That's what I had to do whenever it was like do or die time, where I was like, you know what? I'm not willing to live this crappy life anymore. I have to make change. And I did. I didn't know what was going to happen, and I didn't know where it was going to lead me. But let me tell you, it has led me to some amazing experiences. And you can have the same thing on your own journey with what aligns with you. Okay? And don't forget, we have the Quantum Master Academy open enrollment right now for 2026. So you can get started ahead of time. And then we're all going to start together on January 6th. So if you have not checked out the Quantum Master Academy, I highly recommend you do so, because spots will be limited. I'm not allowing just any and everybody to join, okay? But yeah, I have a little surprise for you if you join before January. All right, let's see. Yes, I changed my whole life. It was so scary. It wasn't easy, but it's my truth. Yes, good for you. I'm so proud of you, Marlo. You did the scary thing. All right. What else do we need to know this week? There we go. We have Black Jaguar, Old Soul. I love this card. It's so pretty. It says, walk through life with confidence and grace, just like the fairy blessing, right? You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. Powerful, powerful energy this week. A powerful message of that divinity happening here, okay? And that's why I was saying that the decisions that you make here this week are going to be life-changing. Let's see what crystal we need to have with us this week. This is the Crystal Realm Oracles. This is the one that Denise created for us. Look how pretty it is. It's got the purple foil. So let's see. You can find this. You can't find this on Amazon or anything like that. I have linked it. TikTok, I've linked it in my bio. YouTube, I've linked it in the description and in my bio, okay? That's where you can find this deck. It is a beautiful deck. So let's see what our crystal is this week. Ooh, we got Bumblebee Jasper. Look how freaking cute that is, you guys. These images are based off of Denise, and they're so freaking cute. I love it. Some are powerful, some are like sexy. This one, I love it. So cute. Bumblebee Jasper. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. It says opportunities, abundance, optimism. Bumblebee Jasper infuses your spirit with vibrant energy and the courage to embrace change and new challenges. I mean, that's the whole message we've been getting. Allow its bold, dynamic vibrations to ignite your creativity and inspire you to pursue your passions with confidence and determination. I mean, Denise, your freaking deck connects so well. I mean, and it connected immediately when I first started using it a while back. And this is same thing as the blessing of glamour. So we have the blessing of glamour and we have the crystal that can help you boost that energy. If you don't have the crystal, it's okay. You can use the card as the representation of the energy of the crystal. Let's see. Let's get into the book and see. Oops, I went too far. It does have all our collective energy in it, yeah. So Bumblebee Jasper has chosen you, infusing your world with its radiant and dynamic energy. As you gaze upon its bold patterns of yellow, orange, and black, see it as a mirror of your own vibrant potential, buzzing and brimming with life. Hold this crystal in your palm, feel its warmth, and let it rekindle the fire within your soul. It arrives at a time when perhaps you felt your spark dimming, offering itself as a catalyst for renewal and invigoration. When the days blur together or your goals seem just out of reach, let Bumblebee Jasper's striking presence be a visual cue to awaken your inner drive and to reignite your passions. This stone is a call to action, urging you to break free from any hive of complacency. Like, think about that. You know, like, we get caught in the humdrum of life, right? And then we're like around people that are like perpetually caught in that humdrum of life, right? They just love complaining and they just do it over and over again, talking about the same thing over and over again, complaining about the same things over and over again. So this can help you have that confidence to move beyond that, okay? It encourages boldness and adventure, encouraging you to take the leaps of faith that lead to personal growth and exciting new ventures. Hello, fool, right? Embrace the changes it heralds with the same joy a bee takes in discovering a field of flowers. Bumblebee Jasper may also enhance your decision-making, sharpening your instincts and helping you to choose paths that will enrich your journey. It's not just about moving forward, it's about moving forward rightly, with decisions that resonate deeply with your core values and dreams. Right? With Bumblebee Jasper as your energetic companion, may you dance through life's challenges with agility and confidence. May this stone motivate you to pursue what makes your heart buzz with excitement and your spirit soar with purpose. Let it remind you daily that, like the bee, your hard work and persistence will lead to sweet outcomes. I mean, talk about connection with this deck. I mean, immediately. So if you want to get this deck, again, it's linked in my bio, and YouTube, it's linked in the description and in my bio. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, all the cards, even the Tarot Divination book, right? My book that I wrote for y'all was talking about core values and making confident decisions when you're not feeling so confident. And our fairy blessing is the blessing of glamour, which is confidence, which is power. Can't make it up. I love what I do. I mean, this is magic. This is real magic. All right, let's see. I love the message this week too. I was thinking the same thing, Marlo, bumblebee tuna. That's why I kept getting tripped up. Let's see. What is a message we need to hear this week? Almost every time. If you're new to this collective reading, this card comes out of this deck, I want to say 98% of the time we pull it on these lives. Community. Community is everything, right? We're talking about core values. We're talking about separating from people that don't align with your core values. We're talking about having the confidence to do what is aligned with you, right? And allowing your spiritual community to support you and uplift you and guide you, as well as if you have a supportive community of like friends and family, then we embrace them, right? So yeah, I mean, goodness gracious, that card. What's at the bottom? See, we had that one last week, right? Didn't we? We had concern, I feel like, last week, and it's at the bottom now. So it's like, don't worry about things. You have support. You have guidance. If you haven't gotten into the tribe, I recommend you do, because remember, I don't know if y'all remember this. I need to put it on the calendar. We have a guest speaker this week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's going to be Elias Patras. I always try to butcher his name. He's amazing. You're going to love him. I met him through the Spirit Heart Cruise. He's so energetic and just... I don't know, his energy is contagious. So I know you're going to love him. It's on Wednesday. You have to be a member of the tribe. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, okay, let's get our money message for the week. We had Victor a couple of months or so ago, and he was amazing. Everybody loved him. Now we have Elias. All right, let's see. What is our money message this week? We got it again. We got this last week. Look how thick this deck is. And you saw me just shuffling, right? Same card. All right, here it goes. There's 3 ways to resonate with this message. Says, you're a trailblazer meant to see things differently and set a new path for others. This is really aligned with the star, okay? The star, it rules over the house of the rebel, okay? And remember, the rebel is not stupid. The rebel is smart. They see through the facade. Number 2, your rebellious spirit makes you a great system buster to teach others a better way. Number 3, an old belief about money could be preventing you from getting ahead. So we have to do things differently. And not only is the star representative of, if I can hold it up, the star representative of a rebellious type of energy, but so is the Fool. The Fool, you know that song, You Can Go Your Own Way? That song's been in my head this morning. But the Fool does that. The Fool follows its intuition, and the Fool is like, let's go on this journey. Let's just go. Let me take a leap of faith. It goes against everything that we've been taught to fear, right? So the Fool's like, hey, fuck it, let's go. And they get to have the journey of a lifetime. And we see the newspaper on fire right here. So this is like, don't believe the propaganda. Don't believe the things that you've been, fed through social media, through news outlets, through everywhere. Okay, remember how you're being influenced. Hang on, I gotta verify myself. You're constantly being fed this lie that there's only so much for, there's only so much available for people, and only, people up here can get rich and be abundant and live the life of their dreams, and only this and this and that. And it's BS. It's not true. Okay? That is a lie that is meant to hold you back, because they want to have everything in the world. But guess what? If you rebel against that, if you refuse to believe that, then you will experience the abundance, you will experience the healing, you will experience whatever it is that you want. Okay? You have to be the rebel. You have to be the one that sees through it. And it's not always easy. Okay? As somebody who can see through things, I see it all the time. I see through things all the time. I'm very intuitive, and sometimes it'll drive me crazy because people don't see it, and it makes me look crazy or it makes me look like a bitch. But I see things. I can see through things, and my spidey senses are always telling me something. And so I've learned to just go with that rather than go what I see on surface level, right? So my rebellious state was like, you know what? I refuse to live the humdrum life that we've been sold. So I'm going to do this. And it worked out. It's still working out. Okay? I mean, it happened like that. So it can happen for you too, but you can't believe all the crap that you're being fed. Okay? You have to be able to see through it. You already know. You have the same abilities that I do. You just have to pay attention and follow it. Okay? You believe more people are starting to realize, yeah, you do the rebellion thing all the time. Good. I like that. So it's going to be, what I'm seeing is a powerful week. And it's going to be exciting. So I don't know about y'all, but this is like, you have the blessing of glamour, of standing in your power, of standing, like creating a beautiful life, a life that you love, a self that you love. Okay? But you have to do it. I can't do it for you. You have to do it. I will help. I will guide. I'll do whatever I can, but I can't do it all for you. That's your life. All right. This is the Rebel deck. This deck will hurt your feelings if you're sensitive. So if you're sensitive, scroll away. This will call you out and sometimes hurt your feelings. So let's see. What is our message for this week? What is our message for this week? Ooh, get some fucking sleep. You're being an ass because you're fucking tired. Face the pillow now. So maybe you do need that day off. Maybe you do need to play hooky. But all in all, if we look at this on a bigger scale of being tired, right? You could be getting drained every single day because of all the crap you're being fed, because of the people that you choose to surround yourself with. Okay? There might be somebody in your community, that could be your friends, that could be a family member, it could be a coworker, it could be somebody that is just like this soul-sucking energy. Okay? Again, they don't align with your moral compass, with your core values. So it's telling you, like, you might have to take a bold step and get away from that person. Okay? Because you can't change them. If they don't see a problem with their behavior, you're never going to change them. Okay? But you can change which direction you go. But also, you've got to be aware of what you're pumping into your energy. The TV, social media, what you read, who you talk to, everything is influencing your energy. So if you're finding yourself feeling drained and exhausted all the time, well, you need time to separate yourself and recharge, but you need to evaluate what you're putting into your energetic body. Okay? So get some rest, get away from toxicity, whether it be people or, like I said, TV, social media, all that, and really see this as an important week for you, because it really can. Again, the decisions you make this week can really change the trajectory that you're on. Okay? Because when we have the Hierophant here, the Hierophant is like, you know what? If you make the commitment, I'll teach you everything you want to know. Okay? Just like with the Quantum Master Academy. If you make the commitment to the Quantum Master Academy, I will teach you everything you need to know, and then you're going to have 8 accredited certifications by the time you're done. Okay? So you have to pick where you want to learn, what you're committing to, and is it good for you or is it not? Okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Again, if you haven't gotten into the tribe, get into the tribe and you'll get to meet Elias on Wednesday. But yeah, if you need anything else, everything is linked in my bio, YouTube, everything is linked in the description. But yeah, if you need anything else, I'm always here, okay? Love you all. Have a wonderful week. And I will see you next Monday, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here. Okay? Bye, y'all.